Hi, I'd like to welcome you to this video. My name is Dr. Jack Schaefer from Mountain West Wellness, and I want to spend a few minutes here talking about a few ways for people to get more energy as they age. So for the last 25 years of practice, I've had lots of seniors come in and they're constantly talking about how they want more energy, more energy, more energy. And this, I wouldn't even say it's seniors, it's people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are always talking about how much fatigue they have. And they're always looking for some quick ways that they can get more energy. So in this video, I'm going to go over a few quick methods that you can use to try and generate more energy in your body. Okay, so let's get started. Obviously, the first one is proper nutrition. This is one that is easy to say, hard to do. If we say, what does well-balanced or proper nutrition mean for you as an individual? That's a hard one to answer unless you've done some testing, unless you've gone down some diagnostic roads to figure out what works for you. We all know that eating crappy food is going to make us feel crappy. So if we live on the SAD diet, the standard American diet, we all know we're going to be fatigued from that. That basically because that food isn't really made to make energy. It's bad fuel. Imagine with your car, if you go to the gas station and you get the cheapest, junkiest fuel that you can, it's got a bunch of water in it and all kinds of other things. How good is your car going to run? Not very well. So with proper nutrition, we're talking about putting the best possible fuel in our body. And that's going to mean for you specific requirements, right? You don't put regular gas in a diesel truck. Me, myself, and my best friends, we all have different dietary needs. And this is something that has to be figured out. So that's one. The second one is eating breakfast. Believe it or not, eating breakfast actually for many people can be the trick. It doesn't mean a big giant breakfast. It doesn't mean the standard pancakes, toast, eggs breakfast. But it means getting a little bit of fuel in your body in the morning. Usually a high protein breakfast, something like eggs, a little bit of cheese, or a little bit of lean meat, or something like that. But eating breakfast can be really important as long as it's not too much food. All right? The next thing that you can actually do, this is a supplementary trick. So try taking B vitamins, particularly B6 and B12. Those two vitamins are found to have an energy boosting quality. In fact, if you go and you look at most energy drinks, they're usually packed with B12 and B6. So this is something that if you're deficient in, then you might need to take some. And that can usually be figured out through blood tests. But B vitamins can be really important. If you're under a lot of stress, B vitamins can be really important. Another supplement that actually can really help your body is magnesium. Magnesium is an important nutrient when it comes to turning food into ATP. And what is ATP? ATP is the cellular energy source. So we need enough ATP in our cells to have proper metabolic function in our body. And magnesium is essential to that. And there are several studies that have shown that most Americans are deficient in magnesium. And so a small amount of magnesium can also be helpful. Another tip, this one it seems counterintuitive for a lot of folks, but that's regular daily exercise. Exercise is really, really important to help you build enough energy. Your body basically is not going to have enough energy or make enough energy if it doesn't have a requirement. So if we put some demands on our body to produce energy, then it's going to start to make energy. So that's one thing. The second thing that exercise does is it actually enhances some of our body's neurotransmitters, helps our body produce some of those endorphins, those feel-good chemicals, which can make us feel emotionally better, more mentally clear, and have a more physical energy to us. So that's another one. The next one is consistent sleep. One of the things that I've found tracking people in our practice is that sleep is a real problem. Many, many people don't actually sleep consistently or well. And so proper sleep hygiene can really make a big difference in how much energy you have. So, there's a misconception as people age where they think that, older people don't need as much sleep. We sleep less, we need less sleep. But I got to tell you, that's actually not the case. Consistent sleep is really important as we age, and it helps our brain's activity, it helps our cognitive activity, and it'll help our energy. So if you're having trouble sleeping, you need to get that figured out. The next thing that actually can help are short naps. So even if you get plenty of sleep and your sleep is pretty good, quick little naps during the day can really help our energy levels come back up. Now, what we're not talking about are long naps. Naps where we sleep for 30, 40, 50 minutes. Some people sleep for an hour and a half. That actually is a sign of a problem. But little quick naps, anywhere in that 10 to 15-minute range, can really do a lot to bolster your energy levels. Now, don't take the feeling sleepy right after the nap thing as being anti-building energy. We got to get woken up, right? So, but try a short nap if that's a problem that you've got. One more thing I want to give you guys is the use of green tea. Now, we're not talking about caffeine in general, because caffeine, while it's a stimulant, can make you feel pretty good. There are problems in some caffeinated drinks. Too much coffee can be a problem. Energy drinks also have a bunch of other chemicals in them that can be problems. But green tea is really nice because aside from the caffeine, it also has a few other antioxidants, that some amino acids in it that help produce mental clarity and help our digestive system. Because one of the sneaky things around feeling fatigue is actually poor mental clarity. So I find this with our patients where when the rubber meets the road, if they needed to exercise, they would have the energy to do it. If their grandchildren or their children drag them out and say, let's go do something, they can do it. But they might feel hazy and muzzy in their head. And that's because it's not physical lack of energy, it's lack of mental clarity. And that can be something that needs to be looked at too. So these are just a few tips that we've found that helps produce more energy in people as they get older. We're talking 40s, 50s, 60s, that kind of time range. But if you really want to get to the bottom of this, sometimes you need to look a little bit deeper. You need to look at not just the fuel you put in the engine, like I mentioned a minute ago, but sometimes you need to look at the engine. Is your body working the way it's supposed to, or does it need a tune-up? And so that can require a little bit of testing. Do we need to go through your gut and see if there's some gut imbalances or some DNA issues, or maybe just you need a significant lifestyle change in how you eat, drink, sleep, all of those kinds of things. That's one of the processes. So one of the things we do here in our clinic is we work specifically with men who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who are trying to get their vitality back, trying to have more energy, a better libido, put some muscle tone back on, try and feel like they did when they were younger. And if that's something that you're interested in and interested in some custom work with that on how we can help you specifically, why don't you get a hold of us for a free discovery call and see if there's something we can do for you. The other thing I'd like to do is invite you to our private Facebook group. This Facebook group is for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who are really just trying to make themselves get to optimal health. So come on in, check it out. If you'd like to talk, I'm here for you. Look forward to meeting you. Take care.